this session, I'm sure. So fastest finger first. Please be the first one to type in your questions as soon as possible or whenever the Darbar is open. Please guide on time management is one question. I may not be able to spend time today on time management, but I'm happy to come back and talk on time management also. I wouldn't mind if someone says time management is one of the keys to be happy in life. I like that. We all need to learn that.
Absolutely, sir. Very rightly said. Few more seconds to go and we shall be beginning with the webinar, dear participants. Kindly ensure that all your friends and colleagues who plan to join the webinar quickly join the WebEx room to be part of the session right from the very beginning. It's going to be a very interesting session, I can promise you that. So kindly join on time and ensure maximum benefit out of today's session. I also thank all the participants who are meanwhile checking the chat window. That is the most important thing. So thank you so much for doing that. I also request other participants who haven't done it as yet, kindly ensure that the chat window is accessible and working on your device. Please do not leave this meeting room till the time you do not receive your certificate of participation. Once the session ends, we shall be there with you to help you with your certificate of participation. So please do not leave the meeting room in case you have not received your certificate of participation. We shall be there to help you and to guide you. Sir, can we begin with the session?
Please start.
Thank you, sir. A very pleasant evening to all distinguished panelists and participants. Bharati Vidyapeeth's Institute of Computer Applications and Management, BVI-CAM, in association with Computational Intelligence Society, CIS chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Computer Society CS chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Technology and Engineering Management Society, TEMS chapter of IEEE Delhi section, System Man and Cybernetics, SMC Society chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Communication Society of IEEE Delhi section, Consultants Network Affinity CNA Group of IEEE Delhi section, Life Member Affinity LMA Group of IEEE Delhi section, Inter-Society Relations IRS Standing Committee of IEEE Delhi section, Industry Relation and Special Interest Group on Humanitarian Technology, Site Standing Committee of IEEE Delhi section, Region 10 of IEEE with the Associations of Computer Society of India, Institute of Information Technology Professionals IITP, ISTE Delhi section and IETE Delhi Center as technical collaborator welcomes you all to the IEEE IETE BVI CAM technical lecture series on the art of being happy and resilient. It is a moment of pride and honor to announce that we with united hands mark special contribution for the monumental occasions Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, an initiative to celebrate 75 years of glorious independence, as well as contribute our bit in seeking to find practical global solutions for the benefit of all. The aim of India during its G20 presidency tenure in 2023. This webinar is an initiative to mark both these monumentous occasions, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav as well as our G20 presidency. According to actor Audrey Hepburn, I believe in being strong when everything seems to be going wrong. I believe that happy girls are the prettiest girls. I believe that tomorrow is another day and I believe in miracles. This quote depicts the importance of happiness in human life. It tells that whatever be the situation, it is important to remain happy. Resilience is defined as the capability to bounce back after the disaster or crisis. But our expert today, Mr. Daman sir, now advocates being resilient during BAU, business as usual also. He says an organization's resilience will depend upon the resilience of its people. Hence, in this session, he will focus only on one point in personal resilience, which is happiness. In an interactive session, he'll define what happiness means and how to achieve this. Happiness cannot be purchased off the counter. So, what can we do? Daman sir will be giving top tips on being happy in life and by making resilient people who can in turn make resilient organizations, communities, and planet. I would first take this opportunity to welcome amongst us our distinguished panelists for the day. We are privileged to have amongst us a galaxy of experts. I would first welcome and request Professor Emin Huda Sir, Director, Bharati Vidyapeeth's Institute of Computer Applications and Management, and Vice Chairperson, IEEE Delhi Section, to address the participants with his inspiring words.
Good evening, one and all. I'm audible, Dr. Ritika.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good evening.
At the outset, let me take this opportunity to express my gratitude to today's valued speaker, Mr. Daman. He is not only a valued speaker for us, he is a great resource person and over willing to share, disseminate knowledge what he has, his experience with all of us. And the topic which has been chosen today is more apt because of the yesterday's earthquake in Nepal. All of us know that challenges are before all of us. So, how to be happy and be resilient in life. Dear friends, we also have today many of my learned friends, my seniors, like as usual, Professor Bhatia is there, Professor Subramaniam is has just messaged that today he is a little late to join, formal chairperson of IEEE. And more important, I have today Professor Sanjeev Banawat, who is himself an encyclopedia in the field of media education, and almost last 50 years he has ruled the media education. And all of you will be happy to note that we are starting rather joining hands with Professor Sanjeev Banawat in another webinar series which he has already been running like us since the beginning of the COVID itself. And that series is a media lecture series, and he has also conducted hundred of such lectures, such talks. And last 25th of October was the celebration of the 100th talk, that is the century edition of the media series. He is publishing a journal, multilingual journal, in fact a bilingual journal, Hindi and English, and that talk is also bilingual. So journal is Communication Today. Bharati Vidyapeeth and Communication Today has joined hands together to from 101th lecture onwards organize it jointly at the same platform of WebEx, and initially that will be organized in meeting mode so that everyone can have discussion, and even the all attendees can become a panelist and can share their views. So soon, maybe within a week, 10 days time, we will be starting another series. We'll come back to you for detailed information. And I'm grateful to Professor Banawat, who on my request is here with all of us. And dear friends, this particular webinar, which is held being today, is 137th edition, and topic was so that it is well suited to tech people, well suited to media people, well suited to all disciplines. If we are not resilient, if we are not happy, then nothing is going to work for any one of us. And the challenges in digital age in every coming day are increasing and increasing because of maybe over expectation in our work life, maybe professional life, over expectation by the people in our personal life, over expectation by the people, by the employers, over expectations by the society, and that too a kind of the ecosystem which is developing a kind of over expectation in all walk of our life. And that's how I always say that the entire ecosystem in and around us is changing in the new millennium. And that's why I say that there is nothing constant in this world except change. Let's change ourselves and be an apt and adaptive member to the new ecosystem. Else, the changing ecosystem will change us. And that's how I always say, many of you might have heard me saying this, that इंसान घर बदलता है, लिबास बदलता है, रिश्ते बदलता है, इंसान घर बदलता है, लिबास बदलता है, रिश्ते बदलता है, दोस्त बदलता है, फिर भी परेशान क्यों रहता है? क्योंकि हम अपने आप को नहीं बदलते। And that's how the great poet Ghalib said that उमर बर गालिब यही भूल करता रहा, धूल चेहरे पे थी और मैं आईना साफ करता रहा. So ecosystem is changing around all of us. We cannot keep blaming the technology. We cannot keep blaming the kind of the changes happening in the society. Rather, we have to blame ourselves if we are not changing and adapting to the new ecosystem. And many successful examples are here. All of us know that once upon a time, like any story in the history, once upon a time, Nokia was the world leader in terms of mobile handset. But the changes have come to that level that now many of us do not know even the Nokia. And despite the fact that Nokia has got all kind of products in their product profiling, from smartphones to tabs to everything, rather multiple kind of operating systems, still they are not in a position to now cope up with that kind of market share and customer loyalty which they had earlier. So do you think in this situation the Nokia or the people from the Nokia family will be happy? Absolutely not. Could Nokia maintain their resilience? Not at all. So a company who are leaders, who are on the top, who are the front runner, having all kind of products in their market, if can be replaced, or if resiliency, in absence of resiliency, they could not survive, who else will be in a position to survive? Last night only, the kind of the earthquake which has hit Nepal can hit to anyone in any part of the country. So how are we prepared ourselves? The kind of the job profile with which we are going, that is going to give us huge challenges. How are we going to face those challenges? So these are some of such pointers which are keeping huge challenges before all of us. And if we are not robust enough, if we have not strategized ourselves, how are we going to deal with this? So my dear friends, regardless of the shift in the direction, how are we going to step into a new normal? New normal is a new ecosystem. How do we face daily challenges? And despite that, we wanted to keep ourselves healthy, happy, while reimagining that what future will look like both personally and professionally. So resiliency is important, and that's why it is said that the resilience is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties or difficult situations, or from the challenges which we face because of over expectations. Becoming more resilient is not only useful to get through the challenges and the circumstances out gracefully, but it also helps us to grow and even improve our lives along with the day-to-day challenges which we keep on facing. And that's why the psychologists define resilience as the ability to cope with the life's challenges in general. My dear friend, Mr. Daman is here, who will be in a position to help us to understand that how to make us resilient, so that despite challenges, despite difficulties, we should be happy. And that's why it is said that there are 7 C's everywhere. Wherever you see in communication theory, there are multiple C's. In even software domain, there are multiple C's. So resilience also, I read in an article that there are 7 C's of resiliency, because all of us in our personal and professional life, we need resiliency. And the 7 C's of resiliency are competence, confidence. The third is connection, character, contribution, coping, and control. So all of us are fortunate to have Mr. Daman here. But prior to Daman, as our new friend Professor Sanjay Banawat is here, I will be requesting him to say a few words of about association, and we'll be soon coming back with a new series of media lecture. And then after Professor Banawat, Dr. Mr. Daman will be starting this series of being happy. The new series which we are starting for media lecture is also part of that, that how to keep our diverse audience engaged with us, and how to ensure that the knowledge dissemination should be useful, should be apt to those people who are not ideally from the tech background. I have realized that when I organize a lecture on AI, When I notify a lecture on data science, when I notify a lecture on machine learning, audience profile goes around 400, 500. And the moment I organize a lecture, notify a lecture on some managerial issues, on some life issues, possibly we tech people, technologists understand that these are not the things to be studied. These are not the things to be learned. Primarily, let's understand, if these are not the things to be studied or learned, how the speakers and how their spiritual gurus like Holy Baba, Ravi Shankar, and many other are so popular in IT industries. So this is only because of the fact that we technologists have become robots. We technologists have become machines. So we need to know that how to, despite all these, how to be resilient, so that we must be in a position to balance our profession as well as our personal life, yet to perform, because there will be no compromises on performance, when whether it is a personal phase of the life or maybe a professional spectrum of the life. Everywhere the people expect more performance. So thank you so much, my dear friends. So after me, Professor Bravat will be talking, and with this note of again connected to resiliency only, that this webinar series itself and the series which Professor Bravat is running, imagine having 100 shows of
Episode.
any series is not an easy task. IEEE and Bharatiya Vidyapit have been organizing this since May 2020, and we know this is our 137th lecture of this series, that how difficult it is. And because of this, when the IEEE headquarters US started evaluating such knowledge dissemination series being initiated by different sections in the world in the backdrop of the COVID, so we submitted our nomination, and they finally evaluated it as the best sustainable series in the world. So this is itself an example of the sustainability. This is itself an example of the resiliency. So with this we are moving forward with this note कि फूलों की तरह फिर खिलेंगे हम, फूलों की तरह अगले से अगले सैटरडे फिर खिलेंगे हम, और अगले सैटरडे किसी नए टॉपिक के साथ फिर मिलेंगे हम. Thank you so much to all of you. Stay connected. Keep learning despite disruptions. Delhi and NCR has got huge disruptions on account of pollution. Many people who are not in Delhi and NCR, you are fortunate to be in other parts of the country. So thank you so much. God bless you all. Professor Banawat, please.
बहुत बहुत आभार प्रोफेसर हुडा साहब, आपने एक अवसर दिया कम्युनिकेशन टुडे के माध्यम से आपके इस मंच के साथ जुड़ने का। ये सही है कि आपने अपने संक्षिप्त उद्बोधन में जिस तरह से हमारे सामने उन चुनौतियों का जिक्र किया, चाहे वो पर्यावरण की है, मानवीय इस तरह की प्राकृतिक आपदाएं हैं, व्यक्ति कहीं ना कहीं खुशी तलाश रहा है। सुबह उठते ही जब अखबार पढ़ते हैं, टेलीविजन की न्यूज़ देखते हैं, कहीं यूक्रेन, कहीं इजराइल, कहीं भूकंप, कहीं पर्यावरण, कहीं पानी, न जाने कितनी सारी चुनौतियां, कभी डिजिटल मीडिया, व्यक्ति एकाकीपन में कहीं खो गया है और खुशी की तलाश में वो कहीं गुरुओं के पास जा रहा है, कहाँ कहाँ जा रहा है। जबकि मुझे लगता है कि हमारे सूद साहब जीवन के ऐसे सूत्र बताने वाले हैं जहां आपको अपने आप में केवल एक, जो आपने कहा ना कि स्वयं को बदले व्यक्ति,
जी.
जरा सा अपने दिनचर्या को ठीक करें तो शायद जीव खुशी हमारे आसपास बिखरी हुई है, आवश्यकता है उसे कहीं खोजने की। मैं ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगा क्योंकि हमारे सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स इस समय सूद साहब को सुनने के लिए उत्सुक हैं, लेकिन ये जरूर है, देखिए कोविड ने ऐसा कौन सा परिवार है जिसमें दुख, पीड़ा और अवसाद नहीं पहुंचाया है, लेकिन शायद ये मानवीय जुनून और अस्मिता का ही परिणाम है कि हमने उस आपदा में भी अवसर तलाश लिए और इस तकनीक के माध्यम से, कोविड से पहले भी तकनीक थी, लेकिन इस कोविड ने उन चुनौतियों के बीच हमको एक ऐसा मंच दिया है जिसके माध्यम से हम अपने इस विचार विनिमय की श्रृंखला को, इस वैचारिक निवेश को निरंतर बनाए हुए हैं। आपने जिस तरह से विभिन्न विषयों पर केंद्रित यह श्रृंखला शुरू की, हमने उसे एक्सक्लूसिवली मीडिया के विषयों पर रखा और लगभग 300 एक्सपर्ट्स हमने हमारे उन आयोजनों में बुलाए। और अब साथ में जब दो इस प्रकार के अकादमिक मंच साथ में जुड़ते हैं तो मुझे लगता है कि हम इसे न सिर्फ राष्ट्रव्यापी बल्कि वैश्विक पहुंच के माध्यम से, क्योंकि हर व्यक्ति की कहीं ना कहीं वो पीड़ाएं, वो समस्याएं, वो चुनौतियां, रूप अलग हो सकते हैं कि उसका मूल तत्व एक ही है। कहीं हम उसको अपना कहीं विनम्र योगदान दे पाए उन भावनाओं को परिवर्तित करने के लिए, कहीं उसको प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए, तो मुझे लगता है, महसूस होता है कि समाज के उस बौद्धिक वर्ग के प्रतिनिधि के रूप में ये हमारा छोटा-सा लेकिन एक बहुत पूर्ण योगदान हो सकता है। दिवाली आने वाली है, आप सभी को दीपावली की शुभकामनाओं के साथ-साथ उम्मीद करते हैं कि ये वेबिनार श्रृंखलाएँ इसी प्रकार वैचारिक दृष्टि से हमको समृद्ध करती रहेंगी और हमें जीवन में बदलाव के लिए कहीं एक दस्तक दे पाएँगी। बहुत-बहुत आभार मुझे आमंत्रित करने के लिए।
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Banawat. In fact, the series which you are already running, we are here to take advantage and ensure that the participants whom you have already touched their life will get more strength, more value additions when together we will do it. Right. Thank you so much for joining this occasion. And over to you, Dr. Ritika, please.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, Sanjeev, sir. With this, I would now first welcome amongst us our guest speaker, Mr. Daman Dev Sood, sir, with an e-bouquet.
Thank you very much.
Sir has over 4 decades of experience in the industry and over 2 decades in the resilience domain. He is a certified international and corporate trainer with over 14,000 hours of training teaching experience, achieving 100% NPS and holding over 13 copyrights. He is a CPD member, 2 courses of his are CPD certified, and author of 6 published books on resilience. Sir has designed over 40 courses, including those for global entities like BCI, BCS, and NCMA, etc. In his professional journey with corporates like TCS, Zansa, Continuity, and Resilience City Innovates, EY, HSBC, he has played various senior executive roles like principal consultant, group head, practice head, COO, CIO, VP board member, program director, etc. He has also traveled and worked in over 20 countries. An international speaker, he has served clients in various industries like government, IT, banking, financial services, insurance, telecom, marine, manufacturing, pharma, power, media, trading, etc. During his journey, he has also won multiple awards and both national and global, and has also been inducted into the BCI Hall of Fame. As a LinkedIn invited contributor, he has contributed over 15 articles so far and is a top voice in training and HR. Currently director at the one-person company DVD Training and Consultancy, Sir serves as an international resilience trainer and consultant serving cybersecurity, operational organizational resilience, BCM, risk, and crisis. He is also the chair, PR, and Peace Standing Committee of IEEE Delhi section and IEEE ambassador. I now welcome Sir to this session and request him to kindly enlighten the House.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ritika. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this show. Let me attempt to share my screen first of all. A quick question. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's
That is just
not
for
the
the screen,
slides.
huh?
Not
for
the slides.
Correct.
Slides now?
Yeah, slides are visible now.
Great. Thank you very much. So the topic is the art of being happy and resilient. Yes, it's an art which we need to learn and we can master it. I'm not saying perfect it because I believe no one is perfect in this world. There is an improvement that is possible always. So I say master and we can master this art. I'll attempt to do this. Starting with the question, first of all, can we launch the poll, please? The first poll.
Yes, sir.
On a scale of 1 to 10, please tell us what is your current happiness level? Your current happiness level on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is lowest, 10 is highest. People
Dear
are
participants, the poll has been launched. Please answer in the poll. Don't answer in the chat window.
Thank you very much. And there'll be many more. That's why I said in the beginning, please do some exercises, keep your hands, fingers ready. There will be something called fastest finger first also, but this one is not like that. Everyone can. Good if maximum, if not all people participate in all these activities. There are going to be some exercises also. So I request this to be closed, please. Let's see the results. Do we see the result?
Yes, sir.
Not able to. Can someone who can see announce the results, please?
So the results are uploading.
Oh, sorry.
The highest 12% is 7.
Great.
That means 9 out of 74 people who have participated in the poll
Very
have
good.
marked it as 7. And the next highest is 8%. 8% is 6 out of 74. And of course, 8%, 6 out of 74, 10 as well. And a star or less than that.
Great. So that's very good.
2%.
7 is good. There's no doubt about it. Someone said 9 also. I recollect in the chat box there was a response about 9, and it seems there is something on 5 also. No challenge. Second one is, have you ever been stressed? And once again, launch the poll, please. There are 3 options. Yes, many times. No, never. Or someone says, what is stress?
Dear participants, poll 2 is launched. Kindly use it.
We always talk about PDCA cycle of continual improvement. So the participation in second one should be better than the first one. The topic is the art of being happy. Opposite could be sad, could be stress, or stress could make us sad or unhappy. That's why this question. Have you ever been stressed? There is one at least. What is stress? We must clap for that person. No, never is 4 I see out of 76. But these are not the final results. I can't see that. And about 50% it seems are saying yes many times. We can stop the poll and show the results if I can see, but otherwise I request someone else to read it out for us, please.
So 37 participants say yes many times. 6 participants say no, never. And there is 1 participant who is saying what is stress.
Right. So this much I could also see. I could
The highest is 47% people say yes many times.
All right, great. Okay. As of now, this is only for academic purposes. So what's next? Let's do an exercise. What's that exercise? Stretch. Do something, whatever you want to do. I'm standing up. If you want to stand up, please stand up also. Whatever you want to do. Move. Shake. Do it, please. That's first mantra to relieve stress. Do an exercise. A light one. No need to go to gym. No need to hang upside down on a tree. No need to go to Himalayas. This we can do wherever we are. I am doing it sitting. Now, do it, please. This helps. What makes you happy? And this is one is to be written. Please use the chat box. I'm monitoring chat box now. All right, in the chat box, please. What makes you happy? What makes you happy? In the chat box, please. This is not a poll. I'm looking at the chat box now. To me, these webinars make me happy. That's one way. Delivering, I'm delivering today, makes me happy. No response so far. I'm surprised. My thoughts, someone says. Intellectual discussions, okay. Get everything done as per satisfaction. All our environment is happy due to us. More, please. Some positive occasion. Executing what I plan. Being with friend and doing constructive work jointly. Very good. Bike riding, yes, this is something different. Money, yes, it's good. No shame in saying money makes me happy. If money does, then we should say, yes, money makes me happy. Play a game means I will be happy. To study, very good. Achieve my goal, great. Doing something for peers, very good. Fun makes you happy. Solving a mathematical problem, teaching someone, helping someone, I like that. Family, friends. And it seems my presentation is gone, is it? Can you still see?
Yes, sir, the presentation is gone.
Which is surprising. What happened? Back now?
Yes, sir, it's back now.
Great. So thanks for your responses, and there'll be more. So please keep entering. I'm moving on. To have enough to share with others, this is what I'm saying. This makes me happy. To have enough to share with others, money, knowledge, experience, to make others happy, and to be happy myself. So this is how example from myself, and I requested you all to do a little bit for yourself. Stress is global. We used to say about risk that there cannot be zero risk for anyone in anyone's life. This moment there is a risk. Earthquake happened last night without any prior appointment. So disasters don't come with appointment. Stress is global. Anyone, everyone could have. Levels may vary. The causes may vary. If I talk about myself, specifically last 3 years, I lost my brother, younger brother, to 7 months battle to cancer. My mother had sudden cardiac arrest and passed away after weeks on being ventilated. I've been taking care of critically sick father-in-law, and I have been jobless almost for about 3 years. So I could have died of this stress. I'm not doing any comparison. Some perhaps would have had more than me, but I wanted to present my life because what I'm going to be saying is all real and is all practical. Being happy comes for free. That's the biggest news. The gurus may charge money when we go to their ashrams and to attend their courses, etc., their sessions, etc. Being happy comes free, and this session also is free. And you cannot eliminate stress, as I said. You can manage it for sure. We can manage it for sure. So, what have I done and not done? What have I done and not done in these 3 years? Quick look at that. I didn't beg, borrow, or steal, which means I had some resilience. But this is what I did. A quick look. I'll leave this for a few seconds. This is my non-professional work. This is my pro bono work. Webinars. So you look at 3 years, 21, 22, 23, which is not over. So these stats are up to October. By the end of December, I would have done many more, much more IEEE activities, some global initiatives, which in last 2 years have been zero, but you would see some variation, some changes also happening. Books, by the way, is not 6, it's 7 now. Just about 7 days ago, I published the last one, which you see in front of us. 10x performance enhancement made easy. And that's also a secret. Someday I would like to come back and talk about this also. How could I write 6, 7 books in 2.5 years, less than 3 years? Despite what stress I said, and once again I'm repeating, I could have died if I was not resilient. So this is an sample of my resilience. If you look one of these things, which is called learning interventions, 55, 100, 21, this will go, 21 will go high, very high. My LinkedIn interventions, articles on LinkedIn, whether written by me fully or contributions, because that's also one of the activities happening on LinkedIn these days, will be above 50 for sure by the end of December. Some of these I have done when I was in the hospital. From the hospitals, I have delivered webinars. From the hospital, I have taken meetings, and from hospitals, I was writing the books also. Because this gives me pleasure, this brings in happiness for me. And we should not do anything that doesn't make us happy. So for some people, if being in this webinar is not giving you happiness, please log off. There is no point in doing any activity that doesn't bring happiness to us. And at this moment, someone say, Daman, काम करने से मुझे happiness नहीं मिलती. So I wouldn't be able to say yes to that, give up working. We need to work if you want to. Or if someone wants to challenge me, Daman, ये कुछ नहीं है. मेरी जिंदगी में देखो तो पता चले स्ट्रेस क्या होती है. I'll be happy to know that. I'm not challenging, I'm not comparing. I just wanted to present something which happened with me, what I am, what I did. So what I didn't beg, borrow, or steal, but I did so many activities on top of my official work. So the topic is the art of being happy and be resilient. So my top tips now. First one is opportunities do not come knocking. You have to create and sometimes grab also. I'm very good at that. IEEE, this platform provided us the opportunity and I grabbed. I was the first one to deliver. Professor Hoda keeps repeating that every time. It reminds us, I feel happy about that. While his team, about 8, 9, 10 people at least dedicated to this along with him, my contribution is I have spoken maybe 10 times out of 137 and I have been able to bring in or arranged and more speakers also. That's my contribution and I'm happy about it. I grabbed this. Otherwise, Delhi section has about 7,000 members perhaps. By the way, speaking opportunity is open to anyone from anywhere in the world during these webinars. Perhaps 400, 300 people. I do not have that number with me immediately, how many speakers have come. But it's only, still is within hundreds only. They have grabbed these opportunities. Others have not yet. And you may be one of those next webinars. If this makes you happy, if speaking, sharing your knowledge experience, which I'm doing currently, makes you happy, then do this, please. Get in touch with Professor Huda and we'll make this happen. Do an act of kindness every day, whatever it is. This doesn't mean that you have to spend money. There's a lot that we can do without spending money also. Please keep this in mind. An act of kindness every day will make you happy, and find or create little moments of happiness. This is the biggest message I would like to give, or I can give. These moments, and I'm just saying just little moments of happiness. No one will create for you. No one else will create for you. You will have to create. That's why the first one, opportunities do not come knocking your door. You have to create. So you have to create these little moments of happiness. That's why that question was, what makes you happy? Please, after the session, look into that paper. If you had written on the paper, otherwise recollect and write on the paper now. Keep looking at that. Then keep doing that. Maybe keep adding more as you spend a little more time. I had given you less than a minute, perhaps. If you would think, you may be able to write a lot more. If singing makes you happy, then sing, please. I'm a bathroom singer, Daman. Yes, I'm also a bathroom singer. Someone may be disturbed. Let him or her be disturbed. First, you be happy. Because if you are not happy, you will not be able to make others happy. Long ago, I think it was Anand Bakshi who had written a song for a Hindi movie, which went like this, sung by Lata Mangeshkar. Heroine actress I have forgotten, but it had that line like this: छत टूटती है ते टूट जाए मैं तो नाचूंगी. So if singing is your hobby, singing makes you happy, please sing. If dancing makes you happy, please dance. Go out and help someone. This is something like an act of kindness every day. And once again, this help doesn't mean that you will have to spend money. There's a lot that you can do without spending money. If nothing else, then pick up a stone or a brick and throw in that hole on the road, especially in India. We have too many. Your stress would be released. You will be happy. And at the same time, an act of kindness would have happened. You would have helped, contributed in fixing something that is wrong in the society. Watch Jab We Met. So quickly in the chat box, I'm not asking who has watched. I'm asking how many times have you watched? My number could be 10 plus. How many times have you watched Jab We Met? In the chat box plus. Please, quickly. I'm assuming there is no one here who says, I don't know what is Jab We Met. For 215 plus, very good. I like that. Sir, please help me control my anger, especially when I don't get satisfactory output from others. I used to lose my. Can you keep this for the end, please? Yes, I'm happy that question has come. But as of now, my question: how many times have you watched Jab We Met? 5, 4, 4, 1, 4, 7, 0 also. My request is please do watch. That'll make you happy. Within that, Jab We Met, what I'm talking about. One scene, particular scene. If anyone can narrate that scene, again, quickly, it's in a phrase only. We don't have much time that you write a full story. Which scene I'm talking about? When I say Jab We Met, the topic of the session is the art of being happy and be resilient. The clue is already in front of you. Write it, light it, flush it. I hope you remember that. Kareena said that to Shahid Kapoor. Yes, in the first scene, first half. Second half, Shahid repeated the same for Kareena. कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है, कागज पे लिखो, आग लगाओ, फश में डालो और फश पुल कर दो, चेन पुल कर दो, पुल द चेन. Write it, light it, flush it is my mantra to you. It will help for sure and doesn't cost a penny once again. Do whatever you do with passion. So what is your passion? You have to find out. I'm not doing that exercise, but I'll wait for a few seconds. Please write down now on the paper for yourself. What is your passion? My passion? Resilience. I live a resilience 24/7. My passion? Helping others. My passion? Sharing my knowledge and experience, especially with students. Those students may be on this platform, from this platform, IEEE platform, or I have some other platforms also from where I work with for students. I like working. That's my passion. Similarly, if you say cooking, and cooking is also my passion. So whatever I do at that time, I'm in that only. That makes me happy. So cooking, when I cook, I'm not claiming that I'm a great cook, but whatever I cook with passion. I also like eating. So when I eat with passion. I also like serving food to someone. Cook and serve. Someone else also has right. Thank you, very much. There is at least one more like me. When I serve with passion, and that brings happiness to me. I do not appreciate multitasking personally. You all might have seen, we have been promoting these sessions also, that this is networking tea also. You might have noticed sometimes I have picked up my cup of tea in the session. But generally, my suggestion is when you are into one task, be in that task only. Take a break, please. Even if that doesn't come as one of my top tips to be happy, have a break, have a Kit Kat is another mantra. When you want to have tea, please enjoy tea. Don't do anything else at that time. When you're cooking, when I'm in the kitchen, even if the phone keeps ringing, whoever it is, I'll call them back. When I'm eating, the phone is off. It rings. I know that. I'll go back and then return the call later. So be in that moment. There's a book called The Present. That's a very good book. I recommend that book also. There is another book called Tough Times Never Last, but Tough People Do. I recommend that also. And there may be many more. I'm just naming these two. I'm not related to any of those two. But all that I have been sharing on the slide, that all is practical and real. That's from my life. जी मेरी तो कोई पैशन नहीं है अभी तक. Maybe someone like that in the world. Then my suggestion is, please find and please develop at least one passion, whether reading or studying or writing, playing, singing, dancing, chatting, having fun. Someone had written having fun also. That's great. Only one caveat, I would say, caution, precaution. Having fun, not at the cost of someone else's misery. That's what we should do, because we need to have a good act of kindness also. We need to be good people. If you become good person, you will be happy automatically. Trust me. I'm not saying stress will get out of your life, because stress is global, but you will be able to manage it well. For God's sake, do something. Third big mantra, if you want to say, I'm sitting like this, I'm stressed, my life is dumb, poor, broken, nothing right going in my life. But what are you doing about it? God's sake, for God's sake, do something, because even God helps those. Please complete the sentence dash 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 KBC. You have answered 15 questions correctly. You are on 16th. You could win 7 crore. Please complete the sentence. With the last bullet point, I'm saying, for God's sake, do something. So response has come. Deepa, great. Thank you very much. For God's sake, do something, because even God helps those who help themselves. Do something, please, if you want to be happy. So congratulations to you all who have come to this session. You have taken that one first step. Great. Continuing with this, John, IEEE is passion for me. I'm always happy. See the smile. I'm always happy to be on IEEE platform. This session has been brought to you all by IEEE. You may like to consider. You may like to. I'm not saying everyone should, must, I can, but not forcing. This is one of the options. Join IEEE and enjoy all the benefits, including these webinars, which, by the way, even non-IEEE members can be attending, can also be speaking on this platform. So I talked about those little moments of happiness. We need to create, I said, because knocking, the opportunity will not come knocking at our door. We need to create these little, keep seeing little moments of happiness. We are not looking at great occasion. Even little is good. So we have to create. How? Let us watch this gentleman. I'll attempt. I'm not sure whether it'll play well first attempt. Someone has to tell me, please. Can you see the Explorer? No, it's on LinkedIn. Yes, through Explorer. Can you see my LinkedIn screen now? Or is it still the slides?
Sir, it's your LinkedIn screen.
Great. I hope you can see the person.
Yes, sir.
Great. Let me.
I want to be a rocket scientist.
Even audio clear?
When
Yes, sir.
Great.
we're
Watch
children,
this.
we have dreams. I want to be a pilot. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a rocket scientist. And what happens when we tell people our dreams? We're encouraged. We say, if you do good, if you work hard, you can be a rocket scientist someday. But what happens when we become adults and we say, I want to be a resilience pirate? We're told no. Somewhere along that journey, those dreams become risk.
I'm going to be asking a question based on this, so please watch carefully, listen carefully.
And today on Halloween, I want you to think about why. So one of my Halloween dreams has always been to be the house that hands out full-size candy bars. And today, my dream is coming true. We have a lot of full-size candy bars, looking forward to hopefully making a lot of kids happy. So today on Halloween, I want you to have fun. I want you to be a little silly, but I also want you to think about, when did our dreams become risk? And why did we let that happen?
Yes, please. Anyone, and again, you'll have to type in the chat box. The key message from this clip. Can you see my slide once again? Someone has to help me with that, please.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, to the audience, everyone, all participants, from the clip, one key message, and that's just a phrase. Keep in mind the topic is the art of being happy and resilient. This person is a professional fellow from my resilience world. Just try to fulfill your dreams is first response. Great. Anyone else, please? Fulfill your dreams, another one. More, please. Childhood dreams die as we grow if we do not pursue them. All right. More, please. One more, and then I'll move on. All right. Santosha Paramam Sukham. Sorry. Santosha Paramam Sukham. Very good. Very good. And that's also, even if it doesn't come on my screens, please take that to be one of the top tips. Fulfill. Sorry, I missed that. Fulfill the dreams and just try a lot of fun and joy. Take risks to fulfill your dream. Good. Nothing wrong here. All well. But this is not what was right for that 7 crore rupees from the KBC. Just believe in yourself and fulfill your dreams. And I'll move on. I was looking at that word. He said, silly things. And that's where Jab We Met comes into picture once again. If you recollect that scene, then Karina and Shahid were sitting on a tree branch over a river or pond. What did she say? लगता है ना बेवकूफ वाला वर्क करके देखो कभी मजा आएगा. That's what this person was doing. He's not an actor, but he attempted that way on that day. And he was creating that little moment of happiness for himself and also for those kids, where he would be distributing those candy bars or chocolate bars. A very good message, according to me. I'm repeating how to create those little happy moments. This was one example from a fellow professional doing some silly things. There is a child inside us which gets hidden as we grow. So please bring that child out. That will make you happy. And then here is my way of doing those silly things. Some of those, I do a lot silly things. No words, no sounds, just the pictures. This is latest, just about 10 days ago. This is 31st of October. And at the same time, I created this game for family. Sitting with family, we enjoy. I'll share a little more about how do we do, what do we do, because these are silly things, These are those little moments of happiness that we create. I create maximum of these for my family, for myself. I hope some of you, if not all of you, have heard of that An Accidental Prime Minister. And here I am talking of a book by accident, written by me. The seventh one, which I said just 7 days ago, has gone live globally. 10x performance enhancements made easy. Writing books makes me happy. I create these moments. What happened? Why is this accidental? This was not planned. The planned one is on 27th this month. That's still being written as of now. I had created a course. For that course, I had created some material also. My thoughts were already with me. This time, I wanted to use Amazon platform for self-publishing. I had been using some other platform, which was initially free. Then they started charging some money. So I was looking for some another platform. I realized platform Amazon is still free for self-publishing. But for that, I had to have a book to experiment. So immediately I created, it is actually less than 7 days that I published this book in. So that's why I'm calling it an accidental book or a book by accident. But that's what happiness is. I enjoy this. I love this. It's my passion. So all those things are coming. And when this was done, when I was doing, and especially when it goes live, I keep saying global release of my book. Those are a little moments of happiness that I keep creating. You all can. The planned one that I was talking about is this 100 plus children's projects for adults. Goes live globally on 27th. What's in this book, by the way? Quick look at that. Great fun for both the grown-ups as well as the children. That's why the name is Children's Project, but for grown-ups or for the adults, and also to bring that child that is inside all of us, to bring that child out. The child outside is your customer. The child inside is curiosity. All ingredients are easily available and non-toxic. There is no wastage. 100% are eatable. What is this Daman talking about? Develops good healthy eating habits. You do not need any special skills. Helps to develop the knowledge about various ingredients, which are fruits and vegetables. I said I like eating. I like cooking. I like serving. It's a mix of all that. Great stress reliever too, and that's why this is appearing in this talk. Helps to develop talking skills. So that means we are talking of a child also. Assuming that we all have good talking skills, which is a big assumption, someone could say. Help to develop team building skills, which we need in the office also, whether it's college, university, school, or a corporate house. Fun and learn activity, which is linked with the topic. Hours of togetherness, family sitting together, we'll see that soon. Family time, endless creativity and innovation, hours of fun with each project. So there are projects you can see coming up. Environment friendly, do not need special kitchen or gadgets, linked with special occasions. So it was Dashera, it could be Halloween, it could be Christmas, it could be Diwali coming up soon. I will have some activity for sure. And buy local, buy seasonal, be economical, and be environmental or environment friendly. Distribute responsibilities. Someone collects the ingredients, someone makes it, so I make it. We'll see that soon. And all eat, but someone does the dishes. So everyone is participating. So this is the child which is inside all of us. This is how I'm writing it. It was not done like this. Done already. This was done perhaps a year and a half ago. So this also is the period of that COVID-19 pandemic. This was a little moment of happiness. You can see the ingredient is a watermelon. Inside mango pieces, mango chunks, and I have made a kettle. Complexity, this was very difficult one. Yes, it could take 45 minutes. Then some fun facts. What is watermelon or what is mango? Any other ingredient for example. And related questions. We want to make it fun also. This is a book for children as well as for adults or grown-ups. So related question is, does this remind you of any poem or story? And the child could say, or we would tell him or her, I'm a little teapot, the poem. Quickly, what else is? There are 100 plus such projects. These are our little moments of happiness. It's not difficult. No waste. The next question is, how do you celebrate success? Again, in the chat box, please. And with Dr. Ritika's permission, perhaps I will go 10 minutes over.
Sure, sir.
How do you celebrate success in the chat box? No one tell, please, Daman, I have never had any success to celebrate. Or the one I never have got the big success. I'm still waiting for the big success in my life. I didn't say big success. I'm just saying success. And once again, this could be small. By going out for dinner date, very good. Before that, with family, by dancing, with family, great. With parents, very good. Few more. How do you celebrate success? Celebrating success also is an art, and that also is a little moment of happiness. Salvation doesn't mean spending millions, thousands, or even hundreds. We celebrate, or we can celebrate with a cup of tea also. And that's what I do in my family. Oh, let's have a party. Party means we are having tea together. But I said, I like even making tea, serving tea, and having tea. That's what my passion is. Great. Thank you very much. Moving on. My ways, some of those. This is not me, but I wouldn't mind to be this. This is one of the latest ones during this current Dashera. So this little boy in the family, who is our grandson, we enacted a scene of Hanuman for him with him. The scene when Lakshman is down, half conscious or unconscious, and he is asked to go and get that Jadi Booty, Sanjeevani Booty. In doing this, while I have been watching Ramayana, I've been playing Ram Leela, perhaps for 50 plus years at least, I learned two facts which I didn't know in life. While we were teaching him something, in all activities that we do, there is some teaching for this boy who is outside but is inside us. Once again, I'm saying all of us have a child inside us, and we need to awaken that child if we want to be happy in life. Two lessons or two new facts that I learned. So I'm not challenging once again if someone says, no, Daman, this is not right according to Ramayana, but I'm still saying something new for me. I didn't realize in 50 years at least, while I played Ram Leela also many times. One was that Hanuman was asked to bring only that small Jadi Booty, but he forgot. He couldn't recognize what it was, so he brought the whole mountain. But the doctor took only some of those leaves. So far, I knew this only, that he used that, made the medicine, and Lakshmana was up once again. And the rest of the story when Ravana was defeated finally. But in this case, this time I learned that the doctor told Hanuman, please go back and leave this wherever you have brought from this, because we should take from nature only what we need, as much as we need. I never had realized this is such a big lesson. We were happy to convey this lesson to this young boy. He's 7 years old now. Second learning was, I don't know, once again, I had assumed all my life that this Parvat, this mountain, would have been somewhere in India and where else in Himalayas. But it seems even this mountain was in Lanka, not in India. So we keep learning. And this is the chai. There is an international day of tea. If you stay connected with me next year, 2024, because this year it has gone, then all these pictures are from that. We enjoy. These are our little moments of happiness. Create, do, live in those moments. Even if we were not necessarily together, but we were then interacting because technology has helped us. It's negative. We know that overdose of technology. We talk of digital detox also to be happy. Someone said, Daman, switch off WhatsApp. Get out of WhatsApp. My suggestion, recommendation, if doing that makes you happy, please do that. If removing WhatsApp from your phone makes you happy, please do that. Next poll, please. Do you still hold family meetings on Zoom, family Zoom meetings? You have three options. Yes, once a week at least. No, stopped long ago when COVID-19 pandemic was over, which tells us perhaps most of us would have started at that time. And sees what are family Zoom meetings. Can we launch the poll, please? This one is not in the chat box. This is a poll. Can we have the responses, please? Do you still hold family Zoom meetings? This is a great stress buster. Trust me. Medium could be any, platform could be any. I'm saying Zoom. So it seems some responses coming for C also. I don't see the percentages, but I see the numbers. What are family Zoom meetings? These sessions, as Professor Hoda had said in the beginning, were started at that time when we all were stressed because of COVID-19 pandemic. The background was that all of us were stressed. There was so much negativity around us. We were bound inside the house. No work, roughly something like that. At that time, we found this activity to be good for us. So at that time, this was kind of professional activity. These platforms, these webinars from IEEE platform, but many of us, me included, we started such meetings at home also. When we were not able to meet family members, we were at least able to see, talk over either Zoom or any other platform. So that's why this question. B, no, stopped long ago. Some people saying that also. I can't see the percentage, but large percentage, it seems to me, large number is option A. Yes, once a week at least. Please continue. We can stop, and if someone can see the results, can announce the results also, please. We can close the poll, please. We are continuing every Saturday, Sunday, even if it's just 10 minutes, but we will do 10 p.m. every Saturday, every Sunday. Little chit chat. We do WhatsApp calls. That's great. No challenge at all. All right. So I'll move on. Great number I see is option A. Yes, people are continuing. People who do not know, who have stopped, my suggestion is please do that. Continue. Start. This is a great stress buster. There is no doubt about it. This will make you happy. The next poll, please. So after these discussions, what is your happiness level now on a scale of 1 to 10? Again, 1 is being lowest, 10 is being the highest. In the poll, please. Can we launch the poll, please? First response has come 10, but please do it in the poll. 3 responses in 10. It seems everyone is typing. Maybe the poll is not launched yet. All right. So keep chat. There is some 6 also. 8, 8, 8, 10, 10, 5 as well. 10. So my suggestion only is if you had responded to the first one also, see if there has been a needle movement. So if you start from 1 to 10 will be moving this way, that is positive. If the needle has moved for yourself. If you feel it has not moved, don't worry. It's been only 45 minutes or so. You have just learned the top tips. When you act on these top tips, your needle will move forward, means towards right for sure, I'm sure. Now, poll is also launched, so a few seconds we can wait. Most are coming to be 10, but there are some on 7, 8, 9 as well. So far, we have not got great participation. I'm looking at 100% also, but it's been less than 50%, it seems to me, roughly so far. There is one more coming up for which I request 100% for sure. We can stop, close this poll, please. To me, great number of the responses. Otherwise, the greatest is no answer, no participation. Moving on then. This is an exercise. Pick up a paper and pencil, please. Do it for yourself. Write 10 happy moments of your life. In past, whatever had made you happy. Daman, I was born crying, my mother told me. So maybe your story will start, counter will start after that. When you went to school, when you got married, when you had first child, when you got a degree, when you won a prize, whatever made you happy. 10. There is no penalty if you write only 1 or if you write only 5. Please attempt for sure. I'm not going to be asking what those are. Those are private moments, perhaps you may say. Keep it with you. But write for sure. I'm going to tell you some mantra around that as well. Whatever made you happy in life, whatever good happened in your life, write those 10 at least. I'm assuming all of us would have. And you may take some time. You may need some time to think of 10. So this exercise may not be over in this session. Please write and then take this paper and paste this paper in front of you wherever you are, on your desk, in the kitchen, on your fridge, on your door, on your wall. If you want to make a big poster out of this, make a poster and then place it every day. Please keep looking at it. The moment you feel you are stressed, you are not happy, please look at those once again. That will bring the smile back on your face. Who said this? This has to be typed in. Zindagi Jhandaba, phir bhi ghamandaba. Have you heard this? No one tell me, please. I don't know this dialogue. But I'm asking who said this? In the chat box, please, quickly. Read this, speak this. Zindagi Jhandaba, phir bhi ghamandaba. Any response so far? Ravi Kishan, someone says. Who is Ravi Kishan? Bhojpuri actor. And this person can never be sad. He is not stressed at all. Zindagi Chandava, phir bhi ghamandava. Ghamand is not good. I'm not recommending, I'm not advocating that. But this is the attitude. He would have to work upon this. All those tips or many more, you can create your own tips also. Those little moments of happiness need to be created to be able to speak this sentence despite all the stresses. Garda uda dehlan, I do not know what would that mean, but I have another one. Tension ki tension nahi lene ka bidu. I'm attempting to be Jackie Shroff. I'm nowhere near him perhaps, so please do not write any such. Jackie, someone says, all right, okay. I don't know whether he said this or not. So I am saying this and I'm saying this based on my personal experience. Once again, I'm saying because of those moments that I had in my life in last 3 years specifically, with no comparison and no challenge. अगर टेंशन लोगे तब प्रॉब्लम होगी. सो टेंशन की टेंशन नहीं लेने का भिड़ू. दैट्स द फाइनल मंत्रा. Open Darbar starts now. While we have gone beyond, so I will leave it to Dr. Ritika. Questions to be picked up. Open Darbar, I said, because today this is how I have been attempting to act like some guru, where perhaps you would have spent thousands and thousands to be in such a session. But today, IEEE has brought this free to you.
Absolutely, sir. Very rightly said. But thank you for this wonderful session, because I think the small tips, the small nicks and knacks that you have told about being happy and cultivating resilience, those are very important. I think what we have forgotten in this age of digitization is enjoying those small, uh, wonderful things that life does give us. So that was wonderful. I don't think there are any questions left unanswered, but obviously, based on the session, I think it will require another session if we start one-to-one discussions with the participants. So thank you so much for this wonderful session.
If you do not mind, Dr. Ritika.
Yes, sir.
This last question to everyone. Is it in the poll? Then we can launch the poll.
If there is a
Based,
poll left,
based on these discussions, how likely you are to recommend IEEE and IEEE webinars like this one to someone else? 10 is most likely and 1 is least likely. A simple question, just one character to be typed in, or at the most 2, if your answer comes out to be 10. Are we launching the poll?
so participants are already answering in the chat window.
I see that, yes, some people are answering, right?
And
Then
most of the participants are actually giving 10.
I need to have these numbers with my request after the webinar. Please, if you can pass on these numbers to us.
Sure.
Especially this last question. There is some calculation we would like to make based on this.
Yes, sir.
There is a concept called NPS, Net Promoter Score, that will be calculated based on the answer to this question.
Yes, sir.
My coordinates in front of you. If someone says, "Abhi bhi maza nahi aaya," please pick up the phone, call me. But with prior intimation, it'll be good. I'll be prepared. I'll keep myself free for that. You can write to me. You can call me. WhatsApp calls works best for me. If someone says, "नहीं अभी भी कुछ टेंशन बची है, नहीं अभी भी मजा नहीं आया," call me, please. Thank you very much. Back to Dr. Ritika.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session this has been. I would now request Professor M.N. Huda, sir, to kindly present a certificate to Daman, sir, as a memento for this wonderful occasion, for this wonderful session today.
Professor
Thank you
Huda.
so much, Mr. Daman. This,
sorry.
yeah, please. You wanted to say something?
I wanted to say something which was
Please.
related to a question when I said, you might have seen all of you, some of you who have been participating, me, myself picking up cup of tea during these discussions. How and why does that happen? How is this linked with this discussion being happiness? That even if I say, I'm into one activity, I'm fully devoted to this activity, my wife offers me tea. So to keep her happy, panga nahi lene ka, right? I do sip the tea or coffee in this session also. This is how I stay happy. Thank you very much. Sorry to interrupt you, Professor Huda.
No, thank you so much for interacting participants, that too with the help of the poll and the chat window, and making this session as interactive, as lively, without asking participants of being in the meeting mode. So you also, it is not only the knowledge which you disseminate, your experience which you share, you also demonstrate that how online session, that too in event mode, in which the participants have joined as an attendee, but you can keep them interacting with the speaker and with the session. So that is another demonstration for many of the speakers like us. And thank you so much. This topic is very subjective, very relative, but there are two successful examples just before us. This series itself of course, to which the first speaker you have been in May 2020. And second successful example, Professor Sanjeev Banawat is here, who has also completed 100 of such lectures with 360 plus speakers from all over part of the country and abroad. So these are very small examples of resiliency. Resiliency and sustainability are important and key parameters for being happy in the life. So thank you so much for this session. And this is such a session which should be organized too often, because it is said that the motivation works as long as there is some oxygen added to it. So the way fire doesn't burn the moment oxygen is stopped.
Right.
So we have to add oxygen to it. And thank you so much. Wish you all the best. Sir's
Thank you.
memento.
So there's also a memento. Just
Yeah.
I also request Professor Emin Huda sir to present this memento to Daman sir.
And memento or certificates, these are not for the purpose of certification. It is only for the purpose of remembrance that you have been part of this lovely and fantastic lecture which has benefited all of us. So thank you so much,
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
And
Thanks a
dear
lot.
participants, my panelists are at liberty to log out. But for all of you, feedback link has been shared in the chat window. Those who wanted to get certificate, please fill up the feedback form. Keep in mind that our team members will not generate the certificate. They cannot generate your certificate. It is you who will be taking steps to generate your certificate. So there are few formats as usual. You need to fill up that feedback form. The moment you fill up the feedback form, the data by the Google API, which we have configured in our system of certificate generation, is fetched from your feedback form. So while writing your name, while writing your organization name, suggestion is to write in abbreviation in such a way that it doesn't get intermixed with some another line, because only one line is reserved for the organization and one line is reserved for your name. So write your name and your organization's name correctly and your email ID correctly. If these three things are written correctly in your feedback form, so these three fields are fetched by the Google API, certificate is generated, its PDF is created, and then the certificate is attached as part of an auto-generated email, and the email is delivered to your inbox within a minute. This all gets done within a minute after submission of feedback. So do participate. If you do not fill up the feedback form, we will be not in a position to help you out with the certificate. And all of you know that the process of generating certificate is automated and only through this chat window. If at any later stage on our email, on WhatsApp, on other mechanism, on phone call, if you request certificates, sorry, we won't be in a position to give the certificates. So do participate in the process, submit feedback form, generate your certificate. If you have Gmail ID, it is always preferable to write Gmail ID, because it works seamlessly with the API which we have configured. And coming Saturday, we'll meet with some another webinar. Thank you so much. My team members led by Dr. Ritika, Kirti, and others are at back end, who will be taking care that if by any means you commit any mistake in filling up the feedback form and your certificate is not being emailed to you. Only one reason if certificate is not being emailed, that you probably have not written your email ID correctly. If you have written your email ID correctly, whether in a spam, whether in inbox, but your certificate certainly will be delivered, because computer will never commit that mistake which human body can do that. But if you fail to write correct email ID, certificate will be generated, will be in Google Drive, and my team members will identify your certificate based on your name and email ID from the Google Drive, and will be giving you the link of the Google Drive so that you can download it from there. So the team members are there to take care of you. So this meeting room, which was for knowledge dissemination, is now converted into a facilitation desk to ensure that you get certificate. Thank you so much. Over to you, Dr. Ritika.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Good night.
Thank
Good
you
night.